All right, one more general video I just wanted to do just on the users and how your areas and time schedules all kind of come together. And you guys might know this, but maybe for your newer guys, you can use this as a resource. So I'm going to go to sign on to the system. I'm going to put in my credentials. Oh, I'm going to put in the right password. Then I'm going to go to System. We're going to go to Access Control. Go to Program Cards. Basically, that's just your users, right? Okay, let's try that again. There we go. All right, so if I want to, I'm going to go ahead and just create a new user, right? So I'm just going to say, Joe Blow, right? Joe Blow. And, I like to make sure if it's a staff member, I put New Hope. If it's contractor, I put somebody else. It's a good habit to get into. And all I did was I clicked on it, clicked on which one I wanted to select, and then hit escape. Twice, actually. Job code's always going to be 78. That's your block of cards that you guys use, so that's going to never change. Card number is going to be the last 3 digits on that card. If you look at the back of a card, on the very back, the bottom, one of the bottom, right hand corner of the back, you will see a long number, and just look at the very last 3 numbers on that card. So if the very last numbers on that card are 111, then put 111 in. Okay. You don't have to use key codes. I'm not a big fan of them just because people like to make them simple, and what happens is kids go up there to the keypads and they just hit numbers until they strike it rich, which happens regularly, if you can believe it, at a lot of places. And then people also get to pass around their code. But if you want to issue a code for this user, just click here, pop in your code. I guarantee somebody's going to have this code right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bet you somebody has that code. If not, if they don't want a code, click on key code not required for user, right? Then click on the used button. If you want to set an expiration on this card, you can do that. You can set it to expire yearly. So, if, for instance, you guys don't want to go in there every year and remove people who have left or, are no longer working at the church, then maybe it might be a good idea to just start putting in expired on use, a year from this date. And then that way they'll come to you in a year from now and you'll have to put them back in the system. But the flip side of that is nobody will slip through the cracks. So just an option. Always click on allow access if locked. I don't know why they put notify on use, because it's going to notify you anyways in the activity log. You can pair photograph with them if you want to, car tags, comments, whatever. All right, so this is where your areas and schedules come together. So for each user, you're going to add in areas, that they have access to. Say you want to give them contractor access, right? Click on contractor access, click escape once, click escape twice. By default, it's going to give them a 24-hour schedule, right? If you just want them to have a schedule in particular hours, you click on this guy right here, and then you may want to give them a Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. schedule, right? Click on that, then hit escape. All right, so you've assigned that area. You can also assign them additional areas, right? So if you want to give them another area, you can give them an area to the chapel. Hit right click, hit escape again. Once again, it's going to default to 24-hour access. Once you have completely put in your user, you're satisfied with it, everything looks good, go on ahead and hit escape, and that guy is now in there, right? So say you want to edit that user. You're just going to click on edit, and we're going to go down to the B's for Joe Blow. There we go. Click on Joe Blow. Now you can go back in, if you want to take away one of his areas, you can do that, right? So make your changes and then hit escape to back up. Say Joe Blow leaves the organization, or the church, and you want to remove his access. You can't just go to delete and then hit him. First, you've got to go to Edit and click on Joe Blow, and you've got to set his card to either free or lost. Free will retain the card, like it means that you got the card back from him, right? And you want to eventually assign that card to somebody else. So if that's the case, hit free and it'll retain the card number, but it'll remove his access. Lost is, you lost the card. So I'm going to say lost, because if people's pictures printed on it, you're probably going to want to throw it away. You're not done yet. So once you do that, you want to uncheck allow access as locked, and you want to go to the edit area list and remove his areas. So just click on the areas that are selecting that were green prior to that, then hit escape once, escape twice. Okay, now you've got his areas removed, his card set to lost, his allow access unchecked. We're good. So let's hit escape one more time. Now you notice here at the top, the only thing that's in white is edit. That's because we're in edit mode. We want to hit escape one more time to back out so we can select delete. Then we're going to go back down to Joe Blow here. We're going to select him. Do you want to delete him? Yes. All right, so now he's removed. One more thing I want to touch on just before I get out of here is the activity log. So if somebody comes to you and they say, I tried to get into the tractor room to get the tractor last Saturday and swipe my card and wouldn't let me in. Well, I don't know if that card's gone bad, if maybe he's got the wrong time schedule, whatever it is, you can always go to the activity screen. And what that's going to do is it's going to populate a list of every time somebody swiped a card and accessed the door. All right, and that's a pretty big log, and this is the first time it's loaded it since I've rebooted the system, so it's going to take just a minute. I guess since it's taken more than a minute, it's going to say it's locked up, but I'm going to withhold hope here and see if it eventually populates. Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can just enter out of this and disregard all this here. Oh, there it goes. Sorry. I should have just kept hope alive. Alright, so right here, since I've rebooted the system, nobody swiped their card. So the activity log cleared when I rebooted the system. Now you can go back and go and access the historical logs. You can print off a whole spreadsheet in Excel format if you want to of someone's activity. And I can get into that in a separate video if you wanted me to do that. But for right now, in all art intents and purposes, if somebody swiped a card since the last time the system's been rebooted, and ideally this system's supposed to stay up 24 hours a day, so ideally you would have a log. It would show and populate up in this screen. Get back out, of course, just hit escape, and then if you don't hit sign off, it'll sign you off in 30 minutes. Alright, that's pretty much the gist of it. Thanks.